force sent him tumbling off the top of the manifold straight down to the very bottom of the ocean.
And he lands, and all of a sudden you hear, "How can we help you there, sir?" He's just in the middle of the musical, and he's like, "Where the heck am I?"
Yeah.
She's like, "I just want to go up to the surface," and he's like, "Don't we both?"
So do I.
Yeah. What about me?
Yeah. It's wonderful, done for 8 minutes. What more is you looking for?
He's like, "Are you guys real?" He's like, "You're running out of oxygen, sir. Is any of this?"
Good Thursday afternoon, everyone. It might not be Thursday for you, but it's Thursday for us.
Prison gates won't open up for me.
Let's see.
Are they still called?
How do I want to describe myself for me?
Are they still called Nickelback, or do you think with inflation they're 7 cents back?
I'm gonna call them Nickelback and give them the proper respect they deserve, because I didn't give them any respect for the first 20 years they existed.
You sound like my father.
Until I started writing songs and realized it's freaking hard.
Yeah, I does Canada even have nickels?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know, because I got one.
Oh. Okay. Well, if you Banter Biscuits have a nickel to spare, why instead of giving us your nickels, why don't you click like and subscribe wherever you're listening to? Give us a 5-star review and maybe a 5 nickel review as well.
Worth way more than a nickel. I got a Canadian nickel at a gig one time. It was like a 12-year-old girl.
Oh, great.
She threw a little coin in the jar, well, in my case. And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." I said it on the microphone. I'm like, "Oh, thank you." The whole restaurant heard me. And then I'd go in and I'd pick it up, and I was like, I did that thing where you bite on it.
You bite it to see if it bends? Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, and she just pats you on the knee. She's like, "Maybe go get some food, huh?"
I'm like, "Honey, I would have been dead a long time ago if that wouldn't have worked."
Yeah. And there's like a red laser pointer in between your eyes. And you're like, yeah.
We're dealing with much bigger forces keeping me alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Garrett
then
is literally
one of her friends came up and gave me a piece of paper that same gig.
Uh-huh. Get help.
I expected it to say "you suck."
Yeah.
But it said "best singer ever."
Oh, that's a lie.
With no
that's
E.
so nice of her. Yeah.
Best singer.
Oh, with no E?
Yeah. Ever.
Can you imagine if I would have been there? I would have folded it back up how she did, walked over, strided to her seat, put it back on, and be like, "Add an E or we're not taking it."
Now that you have a good financial grip on your life, it would have been $100 bill. And I would have been like, "Thanks." And then you would have been like, "Turn it over." And then it says, "Please shut up" on the back.
This is for you to shut your mouth.
Yeah. And I would have done it.
Yeah.
I've been like, "You're paying me more than the restaurant is, so I'm going home."
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. I can't believe you got a Canadian nickel from a little girl.
Welcome to Banter Gravy. All you have to say is Canadian nickel, and we can go for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So who's going first?
Why did that? You know that meme with James Franco where he has the noose around his neck and he's looking at someone and he's like, "First time, huh?"
Yeah.
That's how I feel whenever I talk with you. I'm just like if we were at the gallows, they would try to hang us, but we'd keep stalling the entire time.
You'd be thankful for me then.
Yeah, I would be.
Because I'd tickle fight them out of it.
Yeah. Be like, "All right, measure their necks." I'm like, "You have some nerve, sir."
This one keeps slipping out somehow.
Yeah. Every time we tie it tighter, he keeps slipping out. Yeah, that's because he's practically a skeleton.
Yeah. So who's going first? Who's giving us the update first? I'm giving you the choice because if you let this bull out of its cage.
Bull out of its cage?
It's like at a rodeo.
Bull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you think I said bull?
I thought you meant cereal bowl.
BOWL.
Yes, I thought you meant cereal bowl. if you let
release
this bull
the
out
bulls.
Of that, Have you let this? It's just a bunch of cereal bowls just tumbling out, and they're all just running down the street that would be such a great AI video of running with the bowls, but it's cereal bowls.
It would be like, this is fine. And then the Cinnamon Toast Crunch starts coming, and they're like, it's not fine. It's not fine.
It feels like sandpaper going at 60 miles per hour.
And then the crazy guy that did Honeycomb, it's just like 40,000 of them.
Yeah.
They're like, oh God.
Yeah. And then the guy from the cinnamon stick from Apple Jacks is like, come on, grab my hand. It's just like,
and then the bird from Cocoa Puffs takes a bite out of him, and he's like, "I'm cuckoo."
Wow, that guy is really insane.
Yeah.
And then everything stops.
If you let this bull out of its cage, I will just bucking bronco the biscuits into story time. So
I know I'm trying to hold back the gates as long as I can right now. I see them bending as we are starting this bad boy up.
So how are you doing? Let's start there.
Oh gosh, we are in the second week of quarter two. October, I feel like, is starting to draw to an end. The leaves have finally changed. And the students are getting bolder.
Just like the winter.
Yeah, they really are, man. And I tell people this every year. They're like, wow. And once again, let me preface with, I love the students I have. They certainly are different from previous years, but they're growing on me. But like every teacher, every year, they're like, these kids are wonderful. They're blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like,
and then you regret what you said.
I'm just looking at my nails, and I'm just like, just wait till the end of October.
They're tricking you.
Just wait.
Do they change with the intense quickness of the winter season in Ohio?
It's just like, so students are a lot like, I don't even have a comparison. Biscuits, listen, it is a Thursday afternoon. I am exhausted. I don't have an analogy, but here's what they're like. They basically just like for the first like quarter kind of test you. They see their parameters. They see what they can get away with, and they eventually lock in the settings. And then the rest of the year, they will go from those settings.
They know the bar.
So
they know the bar that they can get. Yeah.
It's like the fleas in the jar. And, for some teachers, the kids can jump high and even out of the jar. And for other teachers, the kids can barely jump. I like to keep a happy medium of like, it's a pretty tall jar. And if you wanted to jump out, you could, but you feel safer here. So,
And the second you put a lid on on the flea students, like they stand on each other's shoulders until they reach the lid, and you start seeing it go.
Have you noticed... Slowly. Have you noticed I want to spend some time talking about this, Garrett, because maybe you have, and maybe you don't know. I don't know. Have you heard of the whole 6'7" trend right now?
Yeah. Actually, it's crazy because one of the pastors on staff here got a personalized license plate that says "Bruh 6'7". He's our middle school pastor.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, okay, there's only a few I could.
It wasn't my boss.
Okay, which wouldn't be out of the ordinary.
So it's
like
so
it is flipping
intense.
Dude, it's so annoying. It is.
Yeah, it was even on
ridiculous.
South Park.
Imagine being in. So I teach 3 classes, so like 80 kids. Imagine being in a room with like on average 26 middle schoolers who are 13.
Yeah,
and every
all doing it at the same
freaking
time.
Class. It's all right, guys. So if we're looking on paragraphs 6 and 7, oh God, wait! And I turn around and be like,
"What did you
6, 7?" No. I'm like, "No, God, no!"
If you say those 2 digits sequentially, you deserve an afternoon full of it.
I wanted to change the paragraph numbers for the question, but I couldn't. So I knew I was stuck with it. Now.
You're smart enough to work your way out of it, though. You could have like done Morse code or like some sort of other like way to say it, like roll a dice or like see the amount on this dice.
Yeah, I'm happy you mentioned that because that was the first class. So the other 2 classes, when it came up, I said, and you're going to be looking through paragraph 6 and 6+1 for your text evidence. And they all go, oh,
they were waiting,
Mr. Myers, come on, we were right there. And
they were waiting for it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, thought I wasn't paying attention.
But they're going to do it
Thought
anyway.
I wouldn't notice. Yeah, thought I wouldn't notice. I actually gave a kid a lunch detention because of it.
Because he did it too many times?
Because they were doing it to the point where they were just trying to distract the entire freaking class.
And that's really the crime.
With it. And I was like, I have never thought I would ever give a lunch detention because of 2 numbers.
Yeah.
But good Lord, we're doing it.
Yeah, and you have to squash that crap, dude, because you're right. They will just bowl right over you. You know?
Well, there's nothing
in a way, you have to be tougher than most people in their normal jobs with adults.
There's nothing we can do about it because we already rode the skippity toilet train. We've been going through the Riz forest. We have been dealing with all this crap.
All my friends outside of Ohio text me and they ask me if it's like a thing here, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I had to like look into it, but it's apparently everywhere but here.
No, it's Garrett. It is run rampant in the state. You just work in a church. It is an
Ohio
infestation.
Toilet thing.
Garrett, that was the biggest thing the past 2 freaking years.
Nobody said it in my circles.
Nobody said in your circles because you're friends with the clergy.
Oh,
what are you talking about?
Okay,
great. Meanwhile, back in the world, like everything's on fire and kids are running around with giant 6s and 7s saying skibbity. Like this is legit, man. It's such a headache.
It hit so fast that I didn't get a chance to find out what it even was before I was watching clips of South Park, and I was like, what am I watching right now? I had to actually type it in Google to look it up.
Isn't that like COVID though? Like
yeah, where it
like
gets
COVID, like
it gets everything gets to South Park before it actually like 3 or 4 minutes after it hits the world, it gets to those guys because they're so desperate for ideas.
Yeah, dude, like 6, 7, I promise you, it's so freaking annoying, and it's just as bad as Skippity Toilet or Riz or Sigma. Like it's all the same brain rot, and I just don't know what to do with myself about it.
I wish I could find some way to unlock viral, in a way that doesn't have to do with like being actually sick. But
I feel like a mad scientist said that once.
To unlock like the viralness of the internet, like there must be some way. You
don't want to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. That would be flying too close to the sun.
Yeah. You'd go full Icarus on that one.
It's like the Midas hand when he touches his own arm and turns himself to gold. It's like it's going to be too much power for one person.
You've heard the flight of Icarus, right?
He flew too close to the sun, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all I know.
Well, I'm glad because like you say that and then you talked about Midas. I'm like, wait, Gary, you know about like this story, right? You're not just saying that because
I could have
just
played it off like I actually read books, but
yeah, Garrett puts on his glass. He's like, yes, Icarus, the boy with the wings who flew too close to the sun.
I could have pretended. I do have a lot of books, and I have started all of them.
Biscuits,
including the Shelby Foote narrative of the Civil War.
Yeah, I think you guys can tell how annoyed I am. I give Garrett homework to do. Like, okay, so Garrett and I took it upon ourselves to read the 1.3 million word, over 2,000 page trilogy of Shelby Foote's Civil War. I read all 3. Garrett read the first 3 chapters.
I read a third of the first book. This thing is massive. Better. Okay, I'm proud of myself that I made it to that point. It's a lot. It's a lot.
I'm like done with the second book. I'm like, hey, how's it going over there? And you're just like, it's just in a fire, and you're poking it with a stick to try to get the fire hotter. You're just like, great,
like it's going good. Yeah,
yeah.
Who's Grant? Who's General Glant?
Glant? Is it Ulysses Glant?
Was he friends with that guy that went to the sea?
Robert Lee?
Betsy Ross sold seashells by the seashore, didn't she?
Yeah.
That's how they paid for the cannons.
Betsy Ross was a Revolutionary War era figure, Garrett, not a Civil War.
Yeah, so anyway, I made it out of high school, but God knows I didn't change anything the second I got out. I still start things and don't finish them academically every single time.
Yeah. Garrett's like, I made it out of high school, and I just slap a paper in front of him like, 7th grade vocabulary quiz. Let's go.
Yeah, you turn around to grab a pen, and you turn back to me, and it's just gone. And you're like, where did it go? And then I pull it out of my backpack all crumpled.
Yeah, it's like, what? How?
Like, I don't even know. It just happens.
Yeah, here it is.
Been doing it for 36 years.
Yeah, I'm asking for your homework, and you're like, I never... and it just comes right out of your mouth in a ball, and you open it up, you're like, oh,
you're like,
do it.
You're holding it up all dripping. You're like, how is it graded?
Yeah, like, how it, and it got a C.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
So yeah, I'm doing good. I knew you were about to ask that.
I am because... All right, so here's the reason we're recording on a Thursday. Because Garrett was stricken down with the unholy disease yet again, floating around Northeast Ohio.
I went 6 weeks this time, but, I'll start by saying I'm feeling in a weird zen... A weird... What's that?
Do you count? You count how long you've been healthy?
Yeah, because it happens so often. I'm trying to figure this out, dude. I really am. But I'm in a zen place right now because you know that feeling where the first day you wake up and you're better.
Yes,
and you feel nice.
You feel like freshly washed bed sheets.
Yeah. Yes, that happened
I totally know.
At noon.
Oh,
so 4 hours ago, it finally. This morning I was still feeling like icky with my body all bad, and like noon I was like, okay, great. So it was good that we chose to record.
I usually get my appetite back when that happens. Like all of a sudden I get really hungry. That's usually
I sent you a picture of my dinner, right?
Yeah, it was pizza rolls and Cheetos, Garrett. Why does Garrett... Let's play a game.
I wonder why I'm sick so often.
Why does Garrett keep getting sick?
Yeah, okay, this time, though, was not my fault, all right? And I'll tell you why.
Okay, but before you do, I want to see how much you've grown. Are those Tostito pizza rolls or are those off-brand pizza rolls, Garrett?
I didn't even look. Somebody left them in the freezer after an event, and I just cooked them.
Yep, he's the same
guy. Because I had to get in here to record.
He hasn't changed at all. He doesn't even know. Go ahead.
They were normal pizza rolls, and by normal what I mean is Antarctica on the outside, surface of the sun about 1 millimeter below.
Yeah. No, that's accurate. Yeah.
But so Pastor Robin, I love her so much. Incredible person. I look up to her. About
we all do.
Ago,
she's really tall.
She is kind of tall, but I look up to her spiritually, emotionally. Like she's a giant of the faith. She's amazing. But she came in super sick about 3 weeks ago. All right.
Good God.
And that's how long the story goes back. And we're going to move through it very quickly. But I found out, I was like, I'll stay away. I'll try my best. The second I hear somebody's sick, it's like a 70% chance. But I've dodged
Can you just say 6, 7?
70.
Do you see how annoying it is?
Yeah, I'm annoyed.
Yeah. Good. It's not going to stop.
My hands aren't going to do it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that you're living this hell.
Oh, it's you're not sorry.
But you should just know that the second this ends, it will be replaced by some other fresh hell.
I'm just in the middle of it, and then like a kid's like 6, 7. I'm like, all right, that's it. And as I start yelling, like acoustic guitar just starts playing in the background, and Sally Struthers just walks on the TV. She's like, please help support all these teachers in the middle of the 6-7 epidemic, because without your donations to these teachers, they will continuously deal with the annoyance of just 2 numbers.
For just $5 a day, you can help a teacher feel that, well, they're not any better, but at least they can afford Starbucks today.
For just $6 or $7 a day.
Oh, God.
I'm like, no!
All the kids flood the studio and start carrying her out.
Yeah! And she's getting ripped apart.
Shit, I need to ask you, when you see the paycheck in your account, does it make you feel any better?
It does until the second one, because that's when my union dues get taken out. And I'm just like, I haven't seen you people.
Yeah.
It's the first one of, well, actually it's the second. No, the first one of the month is always nice.
Yeah.
The second one of the month is like, oh my dear God.
You have the most, in your career, you have the most delayed gratification of any career, because you have to wait until they're like secure in their careers, like 26 years old, thriving in their new life. and they come back to school to be like to do the hero walk into your classroom.
Yeah.
And then it's like a 10-year journey where you send them off and you're like, okay, good luck out there in the world, little duckling. Yeah, and then you don't get gratified until they come back to your classroom or write you a letter or something.
It is the most delayed gratification career, and the politicians and ignorant people are trying to force us to get that taken away every day. It's a wonderful thing that we are facing with the local Ohio governments on how teachers are just one step above Satan and 2 steps above lawyers.
But you're a good teacher though, so it's going to take.
No one cares about that. No one cares about that.
Yeah, it's going to matter to the students.
It doesn't matter to the public.
How long have you been teaching?
This is my 7th year.
That's long enough to have your first students be seeing fruit in their life.
Yes. Well, my first students were inner city kids at charter school, and now they're in their first year of college. Well, supposedly college. Maybe like 3 of them went to college. I don't know where the rest are. It's probably jail.
Why have to go see them? When you say inner city students, I pictured like a bunch of crazy students throwing like paper balls and airplanes and standing on desks when you walk in with your tweed jacket. That is
true.
And you're like, and you throw your briefcase down, and they're like, you're like, kids, I'm gonna teach you how to dance. And then you go into a montage where you're like in the gym and.
What is that movie with the guy that South Park made fun of? He's like, how do I teach these kids?
It's been 1,000 movies, dude.
And he played basketball with a few to get close to them.
There's so many 80s
Garrett,
movies, 90s.
I kid you not. My first year of teaching, I had to do the exact same thing. Okay. I was playing football, and I was running races with them. Parker, they're like, you're pretty fast, Mr. Myers. I'm like, you know what's also pretty quickly? The way the years go by. And then Sally Struthers comes on the TV. Who can walk? And I'm just explaining to them about how time flies. She's like, and with just some quick donations, you can help a teen graduate through Taco Bell.
and then after the montage, you're at the Olympics doing bobsled races, and they cross the finish line. And they just dump a thing of Gatorade on you, and you're like, I didn't even race.
Yeah. So were we talking about you being sick? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Pastor Robin was on death's door, like 3 weeks ago, and she comes in, and I'm like, okay, 70% chance I'll get this. I stayed away. I found out Pastor Matt's son Liam was sick.
Oh, is that his name?
Yeah. So she takes care of him, and as soon as I heard that, I was like, okay, down to 80%, 85% chance.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Because she takes care of him. So I was like, that's how he got it. And he runs through the offices all the time and like sneezes and licks things and and Pastor Matt's everywhere too. So then the next Sunday, Pastor Kevin gets up on the platform and he just admits, he's like, all right, guys, I'm sick. Said it. Soon as he said it, I was like, okay, up to 95%, 98%.
95% chance probable.
And then the following Tuesday, we had a staff planning day where we sit in a room at Beulah Beach all together.
Oh, is this the year anniversary of you dry shaving your face?
Yes, it's been a year.
Wow. Yeah. Good for us, man. We got it.
And 4 of us were sick.
Didn't that happen last time? I can't remember.
It's
Go ahead.
every day in frickin' Ohio. Okay. So they were still coughing. They were like, and I'm sitting there in the circle, and it's a small room, and I'm like, 110% chance, 112. Yeah.
So like we're breaking percentages here.
I just told Audrey, I was like, get ready. I'm gonna be a jerk. I'm gonna be mean. I'm gonna hate my life. And a day later, it hit you. It happened. And so by the time Monday came, I just texted Seth, and I was like, dude, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I will if you want me to, but what do you prefer? And he was such a lamb. Such a deer, a peach. And said, hey, you know what I want?
Yeah.
I want you to be better. And it turns out we timed it within 4 hours of me getting better. So anyway, but I did go to a show in Columbus last night, and I went to see May, and Ace Enders from the Starting Line, So a couple of my like childhood heroes, and I met them, and I went sick, and I did my best, but yeah. Which by the way, if you don't know who May is, look them up right now and type in the album The Everglow. They were doing their 20th anniversary tour. So that was like a big moment for me. Like it was. I've been listening to that album for 20 years. I got it on the year that it came out. And Ace Enders is one of the coolest guys ever. If you never heard of a band called The Early November, look up The Early November.
Why are you obsessed with months? What is up with your bands and months? It's May and early
emo.
November.
It's emo.
Oh, right. Those are like the saddest times of the year because May is like when you're graduating, moving on with life, and Stacy decided that she wanted to go to Boston University, but you're going to the local community college. And then by November hits, you realize that Stacy's already moved on at Boston University, but you're still stuck at a local community college. Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's the reason they made that decision. But I went to the show. I had an awesome time. And I drove back late last night at like 2 a.m. and I was like, I'm not gonna be good for recording tomorrow. But I drove back, everybody blinking their headlights at me all the way home, of course. Which, by the way, so I'm driving in the middle lane, going 70 on 71. The speed limit's 70. What was I doing wrong? Can you just tell me?
We're not escaping this. Garrett is once again. Biscuits, a few episodes. Garrett gave me a test of my Ohio driver, but it was just the front. The test was actually just Garrett venting.
I'm over the anger now. Now I've reached the point of acceptance in the grieving process. Now I just want to understand.
Okay. This is you talking to a manager. You're seething with so much anger that you think you want clarity, but you really just want to like hear people so you can shout at them.
No, I want to understand because I was driving 70 miles an hour, the speed limit in the middle.
Yeah.
So everybody on the slow lane was driving 50 or 60. Why was I getting flashed? Because all of the trucks were blinking their headlights at me.
The minimum speed limit on 71 in Ohio is 70 miles per hour.
Yeah. No, it's the max speed limit.
No, the max speed limit is 70. No, it is 70. You're right.
But that's what my GPS was saying.
I'm always going 78. That's right.
Yeah, it was like max limit, like MPH. So I thought I was safe, and I mean I always think I'm safe in the middle, and of course the cops, they sit on the side, and you can tell you can tell it's a cop like in the median when you're approaching.
Right.
And all the cars on the fast lane are just going 80, 85, 90 and They don't pull them over at all. Like they just go. But I'm like,
because you're like, yeah, he's like, they're going too fast. They're going too fast.
I'm not going to catch them.
Yeah. Well, get the guy going 75.
Yeah. Three trucks did the blinky thing behind me on the way back, and I'm like, I gotta figure this out. Like, what am I supposed to do? I can't drive 60 the whole way. It just adds time. But anyway, do you know the answer? I'm legitimately asking. Like, do you do that? Like, how do you drive on 71?
I go 78 miles an hour in the middle lane. 78 miles in the middle lane.
Okay.
And then there are vehicles that will sometimes pass me, and there are vehicles that sometimes I pass. Usually I go into the left lane and pass them and then back in the middle. But if there's a car in the left lane going faster than me and the right lane is opened, I'll switch to the right lane and pass them. This is not the proper way to pass a semi, as you are supposed to pass a semi on the left and not the right. But I gamble with God every day, and I seem to have come out A-okay.
Stepping into my school every day is a game of blackjack with the Almighty.
Yeah, I am.
And I'm drawing 21.
Yeah, and I'm drawing 21, but luck is about to run out because this fall you're getting moved to 4th grade. No, I'm kidding.
Would you ever teach elementary for a year?
Never, ever, never, ever.
Why do you say that with such caution
ever,
and
because
and fear
I have substitute taught for 1 year back when I first started teaching. Yeah. I will never ever teach under 6th grade. So
yeah, it's like one of those rules. It's like acting, never work with animals or children. But in teaching, it's like never work with 4th grade or below.
There is no difference between animal and children when you get below the 6th grade, Garrett.
Yeah, as we all learned from Lord of the Flies.
Yes, there is. Oh.
See, I read books.
Garrett, that book sucks. Gosh darn.
Yeah, but I read it.
Lord of the Flies. I hate that book. Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
I think it's not even accurate. In 7th grade.
It's not even accurate on human psychology because it actually happened once, and the kids didn't go feral. They were just waiting for food the entire time.
I became elderly for 20 minutes.
All right, Garrett. So how does one become elderly for 20 minutes?
So
did you take out your coupons?
Actually, I used a coupon today.
I was at Michael's coupons too. Yeah,
getting a frame for my. I asked Dave Elkins, the lead vocalist of May, to sign my booklet that I've had since I was 17.
Right.
And I went and got a shadow frame for it this morning at Michael's, and I was at the checkout and I was like, I bet I could find a coupon online. And I went and I found one and I scanned it, went bloop, and $10 went away.
Do you hear that?
What?
That's the sound of my garage door opening.
Oh, no, I don't hear it. Zoom is really good at like background noise filtering.
Shelby is here. I can sense the sulfur from her cloven hoofs.
I thought some more love just came into the room.
That's from Parks and Rec. I love my wife dearly. But yes, she is here.
It's hard.
That's how late we're recording, man.
If let me say this. If you don't like Shelby, something is wrong with you. Because she is awesome. She's one of the few people that I've ever met who they make you feel better after an encounter.
Uh-huh.
Unless you're just a jerk. And she'll call you out and like not, you know what I mean? Because she I feel like she's one of those good judges of character.
Uh-huh.
You know, where it's like, why are you saying uh-huh like that? Is everything I'm saying wrong? It's just my impression.
No, you are 100% correct.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
So anybody listening to this podcast that might be from Northeast Ohio, just remember what Garrett just said.
Okay, that seems pointed. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go ahead.
So yeah, Audrey's been trying to get us into the YMCA for a long time.
I used to have a membership to one of those. That's awesome. Nice segue, but I'm like, okay, I'm uncomfortable, so Audrey's trying to get us into the YMCA.
I'm getting better at keeping this train on the tracks.
This is such a potluck episode of topics, dude. We can't focus on jack freaking squat right now because it's so late in the week.
But I love it too. Yeah, I love it too.
This is called potluck. This is called potluck gravy 1. This is potluck gravy 1 biscuits.
Seth always decides the names of the episodes as we're recording.
Holy crap! We are on the ADHD train to Adderall. Let's go, baby.
So she's been really interested in getting us in there, but it's so expensive. You know, it's like $300+ for a family plan, and like doing the individual thing is even more expensive. So
sure.
So she found this loophole where you can send them like a actual pay stub of your income and barter with them about like the price you pay. Yes. And through a tax loophole, because I get paid basically a big portion of my salary is housing allowance, and I say that with quotes because they just divide it for the sake of taxes. Right. So it makes my actual pay very small.
Okay.
Because most of what I'm claiming I'm getting is a housing allowance, which isn't taxable. So it's a really great like system. But when on paper, if you look at it, like Uncle Sam goes, "Oh, this person needs government assistance." So we sent that to them, and we got a much like a deep cut on like a discount. And so she got us in.
You feel good about that?
I do. I feel great about that.
Do you feel good? Okay.
Yeah, because they're not losing any resources. They're not losing any resources.
Yeah.
Like they're not giving us any product. It's just walking in the door. So
they're like, here, just take it. And do you need a warm bed to sleep in? Are you okay?
Yeah, and they're not like giving us anything. It's like the only difference is I'm not there. So
right.
So anyway, it's for Audrey's mental health because they have a really great like system to take care of kids. So she can go, she can exercise, and they take care of the kids. It's like an educational center or whatever that they like play with them, focus on them. And Audrey used it the other day. Like she took them in. She was like, I'm going crazy. I'm going to the Y. And I was like, okay, honey, you do that. And she came back a totally different person.
I just because like she goes and it's just the village people just dancing all around her while she's like trying to get some exercise.
She's like, she comes up, she's like, this is better than the house.
I met some really good friends today.
I met a police
officer. Yeah, I met a police officer, a Native American, and a construction worker.
And for some reason, they were all really good at doing hair. So she chose. So Monday, I told you that I was super sick.
Right. Yes.
And she chose that to be the day of our tour. So great. I've been trying this thing where I just live my life.
Really? How's that been going since you've been married?
It's since 5 years ago when I started getting sick. I used to just cancel everything.
Right.
But now I just cancel the podcast and move the recording day.
Yeah, so I'm the one who gets hurt. Before we did this podcast, Garrett would hurt others, but now he is driving his full focus and hurting me.
And the reason is this, because the episodes are worse if I'm sick. And you know that that's true.
I have to carry Garrett like a that first analogy that I thought of was awful. Let me try to think of another one. Yeah. I have to carry
Seth will be like that, like the time, the Job of the Hutt, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, the purple dinosaur. And you're like, no.
Purple, that's Barney, Garrett. Yeah. I have to carry Garrett like the one Taco Bell worker who's working the drive-thru and the kitchen and the front register at 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday evening. There it is.
Yeah.
Woo! Got it.
And I just sneeze on all the Crunch Wraps.
Yeah, you're like, that'll be $7.96.
Yeah, give some back.
Yeah. Do you want to help a teen graduate from high school?
Yeah. Did you get some napkins?
Yeah.
God. So I just chose to go anyway, and I'm trying to just live my life. But they have a jacuzzi there. So I was like, one of the things I can do is I can just go sit in the jacuzzi.
At the Y?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this will be great. So I walk in with my headphones. And my phone or whatever, and I walk in and I have like my Hollister shorts and like my towel. And I just turn, and it is 6 gray-haired people.
Men. Naked.
No, half women, half men.
Oh, okay. Because in the men's listen. No, you know what? What happens in the men's locker room at the Y stays in the men's locker room at the Y.
Yeah, I don't change in there. Let's just put it that way.
I wouldn't.
I change in the family bathroom.
It smells like just a bunch of mixed cheap colognes and a bunch of men who are living off their 401ks.
Yeah, and there's other reasons, but there's plenty of bathrooms to change in. Let's just leave it at that. So it was that thing where you walk into a place and the music goes like, "Rrr."
Yeah.
Except the music was like Frank Sinatra.
Have you ever noticed?
Fly me to the.
I was talking to my wife about. Okay. I hate to sidebar you, but I have to. So my wife and I were trying to look for a place to eat. We were trying to look for a place to eat, and I found this really neat burger place that I wanted to go try because they had a cheese stick crab ragoon cheese sticks, and I really wanted to go try it.
That sounds awesome.
And they had like these really awesome, neat looking burgers. So we drive out, and all of a sudden we're in the sticks, and the sticks of Ohio.
Where are we? That's where you have to drive to get good food in Ohio. You have to drive at least 20 minutes.
It's somewhere between Ed Gein and Leatherface. That's where we were. So we go and we pull up to the place, and my wife and me was like, nope, turn around. And I'm just like,
she
I'm like,
made
what?
A stand.
This is like a nice little building.
Fine.
Like, there's the what? She's like, honey. There's an old man sitting in a chair by the door smoking a cigarette. She's like, this isn't the place we think it is. I'm like, what? I mean, like, what are you talking about? She's like, look behind this building. I look, and it's just a church compound. I'm like, right. Right. And but she was like, if we would have walked in, it would have been like one of those record scratches things where it goes woo. Yeah. And it got me thinking like, and by the way, it was only a 2-minute walk from the trailer park. I figured out as we were driving back, so it was a good thing we didn't go in. Hey, all you trailer biscuits, love you. So we.
You get great cats from those places.
But how long has that been? Yes, you do. How long has that that gag been in like business for? Because like, you know, these days it's like a record scratch. But back then it's like the saloon piano would stop playing. Like how long has that been a thing? Like
long
seriously.
enough for records to go in and out and in again.
Yeah.
But so I walk into this jacuzzi room and it is like a room. Because it's like an actual room and it's a big jacuzzi.
It's tiled. It's tiled all over the place too. Yeah.
And it's just like Jeepers Creepers. Where'd you get
Let
those?
Me see those peepers. And then the guy's just like, son, you're not from around these parts, are you?
Yeah. High class society, Jim, is back the other way where you came from.
Is the Y in Avon?
It is in Sheffield. That's why we like it, because it's close by.
Right. So it's like half and half. It's half uppity and half like in country.
So it just goes dead silent.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay, what do I do? Do I put my headphones in and just walk into the hot tub, or but I feel like that would make it worse. So the very least I can do is put my phone down, at least try to be social. And I walk in because I'm like, I'm just the young whippersnapper, and I walk in with headphones and I just ignore them and sit in the jacuzzi. Like that's not gonna go well.
Right. So
I walk down and I sit down and it's just complete silent, and they're just doing their stretches.
Oh gosh.
Like this. The one guy's got his leg up like this. Like on the thing,
oh gosh. And then you look and Jean-Claude Van Damme has both his legs between two cinder blocks. He's like,
yeah, but he's old.
Yeah, he's like, how you doing?
Yeah.
Just like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Are we about to save all these people together?
Yeah, seriously.
And I'm sitting there with my knees together, all like uncomfortable, and I'm just like, hi. like the cool kid in the back of the Jeep going to the prom with the cool kids, or not the uncool kid. You know what I mean? Like you're the uncool kid in the car with the cool kids. Yeah. I'm like, so did you all have corsages at your proms?
Yeah. Pass the creme brulee, Bubba.
Yeah.
You're just like JD from Scrubs. I swear to God.
Yeah. What was it like making moonshine?
Yeah. Do you guys know Seth? He lives in the South too.
Yeah. What was your speakeasy like during Prohibition?
Yeah, speakeasy too. That's great. I'm glad you know what those were. Good job, man.
So I'm like, eventually they'll leave.
Yeah.
And they did, but the moment that two of them left, two more gray-haired Silver Saints would come out of nowhere and replace
Silver
them.
Silver Saints.
That's what I'm calling them.
It's just Anderson Cooper and Bob Stetz.
Yeah. I'm like, am I in the wrong place? Like, what? How did I get here? And as soon as I have that thought, I look up and I see the rules to the jacuzzi.
Is it like 60 and up?
Well, no. I sent you a picture of it. Remember the pictures I sent?
Well, okay. You sent me these pictures after my Lord of the Rings club that I just got off doing, and I don't even remember. Let me see. Okay. Relax and unwind.
No, look at the picture. Look at the person.
It's an old person.
Yeah. So I'm like, obviously they knew. There's a picture of an elderly person on this rule thing. Like, I've never seen a picture of a person on a pool rule thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, when is Audrey gonna get here? She's supposed to meet me. And she's just completely abandoned me. I'm sitting there for like half an hour. I'm sniffling. I'm not feeling good. And the old people are shunning me.
Stretching, yeah.
And they're not paying attention to me. And I heard they start talking though at some point because they got comfortable with me being there. And the old woman's like, I come here 6 days a week unless I have a doctor's appointment, and then I choose to come a different day. And it's like I'm listening to all these chatters and I can't relate to any of it. So there's no inroad. And so eventually Audrey walks in and it's like after like 40 minutes and she's wearing a 2-piece.
Oh my gosh.
And same thing happens. It's like,
and you're looking all like incredulous at her too with all the old people and you're like, get out of here.
Yeah. Hey, you're not welcome in our club.
Yeah, and that's you saying it. They're like, yeah, you tell him, Gikshel. You're like, we all fought in Korea.
You can take your woke ideals and get out of here, young woman.
We all voted.
Take your iPod shuffle and leave.
When do you think Johnny Cash is going to play at the next prison?
Yeah. Sting's concert isn't until next week.
That young and up-and-comer Queen. They sound terrible.
The Queen is good at guitar.
Yeah.
But he's not in town in Cleveland until you be grown up.
Oh my gosh. This podcast needs some Adderall. We are off the rails.
But here's the thing, since Audrey is an old soul, she doesn't notice.
Uh-huh.
And she's been telling me for weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know why I feel more comfortable at this gym. I don't like other gyms, but I like this one. And I lean over to her and I'm like, it's because you are the youngest person who has an old soul in this entire Tri-County area.
Yeah.
And she walks in and she doesn't even notice.
Sure.
And I lean over and I'm like, and she's sitting there in her 2-piece all smiling.
Yeah.
And I lean over and I'm like, we are the youngest people who have ever been in this jacuzzi. And she does this. She stretches out and she starts kicking. And I swear to God, she says, it's like water resistance she's like, this is great. You can like build muscle with water resistance. And I was like, that's called water aerobics.
There it is. Yes.
And it's for 70 and plus.
Yes. You're like, because you are the youngest person with the oldest soul. She's like, I don't know about that, but someone needs to do something soon about that Grover Cleveland or else he's going to get elected again. You're just like, uh-huh.
Get ready, folks. This is the amazing story of Chris Lemons.
I am at the edge of my seat.
I didn't know this was his last name, but it makes so much sense now that I know the story. Chris Lemons. Nothing could go wrong with a name like that, right?
Nope. Sounds like a very sweet man.
He is.
When Lies gives you Chris Lemons, well, I don't know what to say until you're done with the story. So I'll find out how to end that once you're finished.
Chris Lemons says, September 18th, 2012, the most dire day started like any other. It was very much like a normal day at the office. For him, the office was the ocean floor, where he spends 6 hours a day working as a saturation diver, servicing offshore rigs. So do you know what saturation divers are?
So it's funny you said that. The moment you said his office is the ocean floor, and then you said 6 hours, I'm like, oh, he's probably working on oil rigs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, I know exactly. Yep.
So these guys go down for 28 days.
It's freaking nuts, dude. It's wild.
They have to adjust because on that level, nitrogen fills up all your cells. And he actually said this in an interview. If you go up within an hour, your organs will rupture because the nitrogen needs to get out. Right. So they spend 4 days going from the bottom of the ocean all the way up so the nitrogen can slowly release.
Sure.
If they go right up, they will die because their bodies will rip apart from the inside. So 28
Much like
days.
me after a Taco Bell binge. Go on.
You feel good after Taco Bell still. You're still young.
My soul feels good. No, dude. It's getting bad. I went to bed last night and I'm like, why am I feeling this weird pain between my Achilles tendon and my lower calf?
Oh, that's right. The Crunchwrap Supreme.
Yeah, there it is.
And then you pour a huge thing of Baja Blast and you're like, oh, that's better.
Yeah.
This particular job found him in the middle of the sea, the North Sea, working on a large structure called an oil manifold to remove a section of pipeline on the bottom of the ocean. Lemons was inside the manifold when alarms started blaring over his communication line to the main ship. The supervisor in command of the 3-person dive team told Lemons and his colleagues to get back immediately to the diving bell. the piece of equipment attached to the ship that transports the crew between the submersible and the ocean floor. All right, so they live in the submarine. They have like bunks, and then
just
they
like the
go
Beatles.
Just like the Beatles.
Yes,
we all live in tumultuous times.
Ringo's like, and my octopus garden.
Yeah,
just like what is
Ringo's
happening?
ignoring this. Ringo's ignoring the hot temperature of the 60s. Just let him have this.
Just let him. He's just Ringo.
So they go back and forth from the diving bell, right? It's like it moves them to the work site from the submarine, back and forth every time they go out every day. You could just tell from the tone of his voice that something fairly serious, Lemon said, was going wrong. I don't remember really calculating what was going on, but you could tell that something was afoot.
And a foot just pops up to the surface of the water, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we're in trouble."
Yes, that is the most British thing to say, though, don't you think?
Something
like,
I mean,
oh dear,
what's wrong, Charles?
Going off.
And what do you think? There's something afoot, Charles?
Yeah. But yeah, he does happen to be British.
Okay.
Topside, a malfunction in the ship's computer system had caused the captains to lose control of the vessel. So no biggie. Massive waves and winds blew the vessel off course, effectively dragging the dive bell and the submersible and the drivers, who were attached by the bell with an umbilical cord that supplies them the life-giving heat and breathable air from the ship above.
I love it.
So basically,
and by love it, I mean this is the most frightening thing I've ever heard in my life. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the computer goes down.
Right.
And the ship is like, well, we can't stay put anymore. So it starts like whipping the umbilical cord, sending air down to them for 28 days.
Sure.
And the captain's like, so basically, like they were stuck. Like it was gonna be a disaster, no matter what.
Right.
Lemons and his colleague David Yusa were able to swim out of the manifold, but Lemons quickly realized his cord was snagged on a section of the manifold and was unable to get free. So, adding injury to injury.
Yeah, not even insult. This is just another injury on top of a previous one.
Yeah. He was stuck. In addition to being whipped around, he also couldn't get free from the thing he was working on. Lemons felt the tension on his cable grow and grow as the ship continued to drift in the rough swell above him. All of a sudden, I've become an anchor. Basically, to an 8,000-ton vessel, Lemons said, and obviously, there's only going to be one winner in this situation, he said.
They're so calm in the face of death.
This is obviously after, but I imagine him saying that like, well, it appears our life is at an end.
My dear chaps, it appears that our lives are now reaching the conclusion of this little book that we have written for ourselves.
Shall we play one last game of croquet?
Yes. Radio.
Yusa saw Lemon struggling and tried to swim back toward him, but Yusa reached the end of his cable just short of the struggling man. The two divers shared one final look before the still out-of-control boat yanked Yusa away from his colleague into the darkness of the deep.
That is the most frightening sentence you have ever said. So keep in
mind, they can't talk anymore, right? Because it was dead. So he tells a story I saw in an interview. They couldn't talk. So he describes this moment. They're going face-to-face, and he gave him this look like we're going to get out of this, but they couldn't, communicate. So all they had was their eyes to,
Sure.
And he just gets yanked and just goes,
oh God, see you later.
Can you imagine?
No, I couldn't.
You're just there.
Yeah.
If it was me and you, and I was the one getting yanked, you'd give me this look like, please don't leave me.
Yeah.
And then I would, and then I get yanked by the boat, and I'm just like,
you're just 6, 7. And I turn and I just like, it's fine. We left him.
This is better.
Yeah, it's better this way. It reminds me of that episode Family Guy. Not the outer space one, but when they went to go pants James Cameron at the bottom of the sea.
And it rips his legs off.
Machine, but they go to
and
pants
they just
him,
motion up.
and they rip him in half. And they're just
and he just like floats off.
He just floats away, and they're just completely shocked, and they're just looking at each other, pointing up like, let's get out of here. And they just
his intestines are floating by.
Biscuits. It's a graphic video, so let me just warn any kids listening. But my adult friends, like if you need to go find this video, it's incredible.
A cartoon. So this guy is detached from everything. His only hope is to find his way back to the submersible as this guy, and he gets yanked into the darkness.
Right.
Alone, Lemons says his ever-stretching umbilical cord started giving out. He opened the valve to a spare tank that he carried on his back, which, by the way, only has 8 minutes of air.
Sure. Oh, God.
The reserve would help Lemons breathe for additional 8 or 9 minutes, he said, though he knew that he'd be in trouble after that. You don't freaking say.
Yeah.
Lemons' umbilical cord finally snapped under the pressure like a shotgun going off, he recalls. The force sent him tumbling off the top of the manifold straight down to the very bottom of the ocean. And
he lands, and all of a sudden you hear... How can we help you there, sir? He's just in the middle of the musical, and he's like, where the heck am I?
Yeah.
She's like, I just want to go up to the surface. And he's like, don't we both?
So do I.
Yeah. What about me?
Yeah. It's wonderful, done for 8 minutes. What more is you looking for?
He's like, are you guys real? He's like, you're running out of oxygen, sir. Is any of this? Oh gosh, that's and it just flounders like, we gotta go find the princess quick, and he just eats him. Yeah.
Wait till your father hears about this.
Yeah.
And it's King Trident, and he's like, you welcome to surface dweller down here? And he starts like charging up his trident. And he's like, I'm dead.
Guys, for the love of God, I have 5.5 minutes left.
Yeah. He's like, this is how I want to go.
Yeah, this is it in a Disney musical.
Oh, shoot. Where the heck was I? Consumed by panic. The lone diver climbed.
Where was I? Oh, that's right. Consumed by panic.
Well, so his friend's gone. The ship is gone. Yeah. And he now falls down off of the oil rig underneath. Sure. And he's on the ocean floor just laying there. Yeah. And he has 9 minutes of oxygen.
Oh my gosh.
And by the way, remember, you can't see because his light's out.
Yes.
So
it's pitch black.
So he actually he can't even see his hand. And he's just he knows he's on the ocean floor.
That is so scary, dude.
Yeah. Consumed by panic, the lone diver climbed back on top of the oil structure in the pitch dark and scoured the surface for the boat, which was nowhere to be seen. In that moment, Lemon says he realized nobody was around to save him, and saving himself wasn't even an option. That had a strangely calming effect, I think, knowing that I couldn't do much to help myself. Lemon said, I resigned myself quite quickly to the fact that this was probably going to be the place that I perish.
Wait, guys, look! It's James Cameron! We're saved!
He's just like, nope, not the Titanic.
Yeah, he's like, wow, you look like you know what? You're inspiring me to make a character just like you in my next upcoming movie, Avatar 2.
Yeah.
The character's doomed.
Yeah.
And he just floats all the way back up and he keeps going. Like, thanks, James.
What's that magical land that the avatars go to?
Pandora?
Pandora, yeah.
How do I freaking know that? I hate that movie.
Oh, you do?
I'm not okay. That's a separate conversation for a different time.
So basically, he lays down at the bottom of the ocean. Lemons laid down.
It's outer space Pocahontas, and James Cameron just stole it from Disney. Avatar is one of the worst movies, trilogies, anything about it is just awful. It's not good.
I have some news for you, though.
Okay, Seth. I feel better.
Right now, he's in a bathtub of money.
Is he, Garrett?
He doesn't care.
It makes me sad to think of.
does
Everything
not
of Avatar is just a screensaver on a computer screen, and when you move the mouse, it goes away. That's all it's good for. Go on.
Yeah. So he lay down on a fetal position on top of the structure where he knew he had the best odds of being found when they circled back around for him.
Right.
In what he thought was his final moments, he reflected on his short 32 years of life and all the things that he'd never get to do, like travel, own a house, or have kids. He imagined his parents being informed of his death and how strange it would be to die in such an alien environment. His breathing then became difficult, and shortly after having what he thought his last thoughts were, he lost consciousness. By the time the crew was able to regain control of the vessel, about a half hour later,
Holy cow.
They circled back to the dive site and sent down a driverless submarine with a camera called an ROV, remote operated vehicle, I think, down to locate
That could
Lemons.
be it. Yeah, that could be it.
They quickly found
Wally.
him and noticed that he was toppled over on his side, motionless, except for a twitching arm. And I sent you the video, so it's time to look at the video.
Okay, you knew I wouldn't watch it.
It's not that dramatic. It's just interesting to see the actual footage that they kept of finding him.
Let me see. Okay, here it is. All right, so it's black and white. Wow, dude, he's on the grate.
Yeah.
Man.
In that time frame without oxygen, there is more than enough time to cause lasting brain damage and death.
Right.
Both of which can happen in a matter of minutes. Somehow, they got the dynamic positioning system going again and relocated the manifold. Another colleague and Yusa were still in the bell. So Yusa found his way back to the bell. But he left the bell again to get Lemons, presuming that he would just be bringing back a dead body, because it had been 35 minutes since his umbilical cord snapped.
Right.
And Lemons had just 8 or 9 minutes of emergency gas, which they knew. They dragged his body back to the bell and took off his helmet. He was light blue.
Oh.
Said Yusa.
Good.
So, end of quote.
Okay. Good.
Another colleague gave him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation just in case. A couple of big puffs, and miraculously, he came round, which is a really British thing to say.
British. He's come round. Look, Ringo.
Oh, look,
and
he's alive after all.
The Beatles are just in the yellow submarine the entire time, like, oh, he looks better.
Oh, he seems fine. Give that man some fish and chips.
And an octopus garden.
Yeah. And remind him that his taxes are due to the Queen.
Yes. Forthright.
So Lemons doesn't remember it, but there's a lovely moment of footage where Yusa reaches out and holds Lemons, who reaches out and grabs onto him. They're all real heroes in the story, Lemons says, and everyone on the boat. I was just a damsel in distress.
Right.
I love it when they quote. How Lemons survived without brain damage for more than 25 minutes is still something of a mystery, according to science. He's been to medical conferences and spoken to many experts in his search for answers, but the professionals are as perplexed as he is. He thought it was the cold that might have saved him, since there's stories of people falling through ice and surviving for long periods of time. But I've learned that if my body had been so cold that I'd gone into some kind of hibernation or stasis, there's no way that Duncan would have been able to resuscitate me that quickly.
Yeah.
So, last phrase. Somehow he was fine afterwards, physically and mentally. And 3 weeks later, he was in saturation again, back on the seabed in the exact same spot.
My word,
the freaking
dude.
Gall of the corporate offices over there in the UK. You seem fine. Go back down.
back under.
Yeah. So anyway, that's amazing. I don't know. Do you have any theories? I think maybe like the cold, or I think maybe what it was like he slowed his breathing when he says he was thinking about his life. That he sat down and he was like, well, I'm dead.
I think he was still getting a little bit of oxygen because he wasn't breathing as much. I agree with you. So when he was kind of unconscious, his breathing stopped. So that because they say, okay, you have 9 minutes of oxygen left. All right. But how much of that is because you're breathing so much? Is it 18 if you cut your breathing in half, right? If you slow down, like, I don't know for sure. But like, I would assume when he started losing consciousness, that actually saved his life because his breathing went down.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, he even said he was like, as soon as I realized I was at the end of my life, I laid down in the fetal position and just decided to accept it. And I noticed that my blood pressure and my heartbeat went down. So nice. that might have saved his life. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, Biscuits, if you guys want to maybe save our lives, clicking like and subscribe would be the last thing we need to do. You'd probably just need to go call the National Guard. But we're fine. But if you would like to continue to see more wonderful, amazing, miraculous stories that Garrett just finds on the web, scrubbing the ocean floor, please click like and subscribe wherever you're listening to. Give us a 5-star review.
And don't forget, man, life is better down where it's wetter under the podcast.
Good night, everybody. Take care.
Good night.